WCBI News at 6 starts now.
We begin with breaking news out of Accuweather County tonight. One person is killed late this afternoon in a car accident. The crash happened on Highway 25 north of Craig Springs Road. Coroner Michael Hunt says one person died. A child was airlifted to a Jackson hospital, and one person is being treated at OCH Regional Medical Center. The person in the hospital is stable. The child is in critical condition. Sturgis volunteer firefighters, Accuweather County deputies, OCH EMS, and state troopers were all on scene. The accident involved a car and a truck. No names are being released at this time. The Mississippi Highway Patrol has not released any information about the crash. Furniture maker Flexsteel is closing for good in Starkville. Company executives announcing today they are shuttering the Starkville plant along with their newest facility in Dubuque, Iowa in September. In a call to investors, the Iowa-based Flexsteel reports a financial loss of more than $5 million since January. That's partially due to a drop in demand. Prior to the coronavirus pandemic, the industrial road plant employed around 170 people. Right now, 45 workers are handling the backlog of orders. Those workers are going to be looking for new jobs very soon in a very uncertain market. Our Quentin Smith catches up with some of them to get their reaction.
When workers at Flexsteel received a phone call from the HR department, they thought it was a call telling them they could come back to work. Instead, they were notified that the facility is shutting down for good, leaving many people without a job and not knowing what to do next.
As a result of the unprecedented conditions.
As Tasha Beckham reads a disheartening letter.
The company has made a painful decision to permanently close its manufacturing facilities located in Starkville, Mississippi.
She can't fathom being told she's losing her job.
I hate to say I was dependent on it, but when that's your source of income, you know, that's what I was waiting, you know, of course, to go back to work because I don't have a second job.
The company closed temporarily in late March, but Beckham says she never thought things would become permanent.
This is something we've never experienced before. This is different. And to have family and friends that have actually died from the virus and now not having a job, you know, it's a lot all at one time.
It hurt. I don't know how I'm going to take care of my family after, you know, this little unemployment stop. You know what I mean? It's hard. It's hard. It's real hard.
For Charlie Douglas, he's yet to receive a phone call about the closing. He heard of the news through a coworker. He says he's not only disappointed to lose his job, but also the way Flexsteel is handling this entire situation.
I still got like vacation hours. I want to know what I need to do to get those. You know, I got 401k. I need to know, you know what I'm saying? I need a call.
Douglas has worked at Flexsteel for more than a decade and says his worst fear is not being able to find another job due to the global pandemic.
I made bills for myself because I thought we was going to be a company that was going to last. Flexsteel, I thought Flexsteel was going to be here when my son got 44, you know, turned 44. But it was a surprise, man.
Both Beckham and Douglas say they don't know what's next. But in the meantime, they're going to lean on their faith to get them through these uncertain times.
I may take this time to go back to school. I know a lot of people are not hiring right now, so I'm not sure about work. And I don't qualify for regular unemployment, so, you know, just making do with what I have.
The company says it knows this is devastating news. That's why they're going to help workers receive financial benefits through the CARES Act to help get them through this tough time. Reporting in Starkville, Quentin Smith, WCBI News.
Flexsteel has been a staple in Starkville for nearly 50 years. The company says its facilities in Dubuque and Starkville could close as early as June. The coronavirus is changing the way the Mississippi National Guard recruits, but it's not stopping them. Scott Martin joins us live in the studio. Scott, what does the National Guard want people to know?
Well, first and foremost, Joey, they are still recruiting. They're still looking for people who want to serve. If you're in college or high school, you're probably used to seeing someone from the National Guard with a booth set up at a job fair or some other event. But with schools closed, the Mississippi National Guard had to adapt to how it recruits servicemen and women. Sergeant First Class William Bell says social media has played a big role in recruitment. Since the coronavirus pandemic, they're using Facebook, Instagram, any platform they can to get the word out. Now, if you're interested, give them a call. Bell says even with COVID-19 crisis, he's been recruiting a number of people.
I've had several people contact me and be like, you know, I see what the Guard is doing right now. I see that, hey, y'all are actually out there. I want that sense of purpose. Like you said, get children off now. They want that sense of purpose. They want to feel like they're doing something for the better, and I love that. I mean, of course, I love anybody that wants to get in, but when somebody comes to me and says, hey, I want to do something for my community, that's just an amazing feeling. That those people are still out there. That's the people we're searching for.
It was great getting to talk with Sergeant Bell there. Another perk with the Mississippi Army National Guard is some universities like Mississippi State have partnered up, and if you're enlisted, your college is actually paid for. Now, for more information and to get in contact with Sergeant First Class William Bell, you can visit our website at WCBI.com. Now, coming up tonight at 9 and 10, we hear more from Sergeant Bell on the impact that the coronavirus is having on recruiting.
There is a growing fear among workers about returning to their job during the COVID-19 pandemic. Some businesses that have laid off or furloughed workers are reopening. Those workers have or are eligible for unemployment benefits. Governor Tate Reeves explains what might happen if someone refuses to go back to work.
Additional $600 in pandemic unemployment assistance runs out in July. And so those individuals that have been laid off, that get an opportunity to go back to work, I strongly encourage you, regardless of what the law may or may not say right now, to take that job back, and because you don't want to look up a month or so from now and be unemployed because of COVID-19, but yet you turn down a job and now you don't have one a month from now.
Reeves did not address state benefits. He also hopes businesses will work with employees that are high risk for COVID-19.
Things are settling down in most spots right now. Earlier in the day, we had some clouds moving on through. This is our time lapse from downtown Tupelo. A little bit of rain there as well. A live view in Tupelo right now shows some sun. We've got some upper 60s and low 70s out there. It's a bit breezy. Now, we still have a little bit of rain out there, especially in southeastern Lamar County, stretching back into Pickens and Noxubee counties. This will be out of here shortly. Most of the area is dry, and that's the way it's looking for the rest of this evening. For you in Starkville, after sunset, we're looking at some 60s here, cooling on down into the lower 50s, if not some upper 40s in the area later tonight. But really, over the next couple of days, a lot of sunshine, more scenes like this, a summery feel by the weekend. We'll talk about that weekend forecast in your full 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
For the first time, the Mississippi Department of Health is reporting the number of recovered coronavirus cases. In a press conference today, State Health Officer Dr. Thomas Dobbs says over 3,400 people have recovered from the virus. 227 new COVID-19 cases are being reported today. Statewide, there is now 250 deaths. Monroe County Coroner Alan Gurley is now reporting 15 deaths of people diagnosed with COVID-19. In the WCBI viewing area, 9 counties saw increases in cases, including Clay, Monroe, Oktibbeha, Noxubee, and Calhoun counties. Having a loved one away in the military during the COVID-19 pandemic can be challenging to their families. WCBI's Bobby Martinez talks to 2 families about how they're handling that separation.
It is moments like these where being next to your loved ones can help you get through these tough times. But those who have loved ones in the military say the transition has not been easy.
It is hard because you can't get to them the way you're used to and protect them.
It was in January when 19-year-old Eli Box began his military career. After he was sworn into the Mississippi Army National Guard, he was shipped off to basic training. Around the same time, the coronavirus started to make an impact on America.
When things first started getting really bad around our nation, that he was really nervous, but we've continued to tell him, that we're okay and share information with him.
A few months in, Eli's parents say he has adjusted, and the military is doing a good job in keeping their personnel safe.
They've really done a lot to do the separation and the social distancing and the quarantining. It is rough, but we felt that he's been pretty safe so far.
As for Anna Mueller, her experience was challenging at first. When her husband Michael Mueller deployed overseas in the fall, the coronavirus was unheard of. But by January, the pandemic was taking the world by storm. leaving Anna wondering when would be the next time she would hold her husband in her arms.
I didn't really expect it to get that bad here. And so when it did, it was like, oh crap. And yeah, after that first presidential address and him being so close to being home, I was like, okay, yeah, it's going to affect it somehow.
Anna says Michael came home in March, something she is very thankful for.
Luckily, he was at a point where it was, they didn't have anything for him to do over there, so getting a waiver was pretty easy for him. There's other people that, they were even on their way back and they're still having to stay overseas somewhere.
Reporting in Columbus, Bobby Martinez, WCBI News.
Aberdeen Main Street leads an effort to purchase a historic downtown property. We'll tell you about the plans for it. That's coming up on WCBI News.
You're watching WCBI's News at 6 with Joey Barnes.
Welcome back, everyone. A Monroe County town wants to help encourage and attract more commercial and residential development to its downtown. WCBI's Allie Martin has more on a fundraising project that involves current and former residents.
When the Parkway Hotel was built in the 1920s, it was a symbol of elegance. Now Aberdeen Main Street, with the public's help, is leading an effort to purchase the property.
It'll be a fabulous addition to downtown Aberdeen.
As manager of Aberdeen Main Street, Ann Tackett is leading an effort to buy the historic property. Where some may see a building in decline, Tackett envisions a showplace with a restaurant and coffee shop on the first floor and hotel rooms and apartments on the upper floors. Purchase price is $150,000, and Tackett is reaching out to the public for tax-deductible contributions.
We did a $2,500 donation. We were looking for 60 people to donate $2,500. That would give us the $150,000. So we're pushing on with that. We've had some smaller donations. We've had even a monthly donation. Whatever works, we're gonna have the property and we're gonna see this through.
A one-story addition, currently part of the Tom Bigby Inn, will be torn down to make room for parking and landscaping. Greg Mueller, a CPA and treasurer for Aberdeen Main Street, works next door to the historic building, and he is excited about the potential for the project and what it will mean for the downtown area.
A small old hotel in Aberdeen, it would greatly improve the downtown. Our town has seen a lot of resurgence lately. We've had some people come invest and redo the buildings. A lot of our buildings downtown have apartments in them, and we just hope that this will be an asset. It will be an asset to the Main Street community and just make our town even more beautiful.
Aberdeen Main Street hopes to close on the historic Parkway Hotel by June. Then they'll look for investors to help restore the glory of the Grand Hotel. In Aberdeen, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
Columbus developer Chris Chain is working with Aberdeen Main Street to develop a renovation plan for the project. All right, Keith, well, a few showers out there today, but nice and warm.
Hey, and the showers are wrapping up, and that means great weather ahead.
Looking forward to it. I know you are.
I just told you the weather department is officially closed after today for a few days, but look at that rainbow right there. Maybe hard to tell on your TV, but this was a recent snapshot down in Noxubee County. We'll push the showers away and say hello to that sun. More on that after the break.
Your WCBI First Alert Accuweather Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
If you've wanted sunshine and quiet weather, just stick around, stay put. This is the place to be for a while. This is the next 3 days. Sunny and breezy tomorrow, 71 degrees. Picture perfect Friday, 78, sunny and warmer, 83, and probably warmer yet on Sunday. You know, choked up thinking about it. All right, let's just roll into this full screen. Okay, our time lapse from Durham's Pharmacy in Vernon. I tell you what, Mother Nature just doing some crazy things, and it's all choking me up. But the back edge of the showers, there they go. See ya. there in Vernon there, moving off to the east. And those showers are moving pretty fast. Already in the Fayette, Alabama, moving through a good chunk of Pickens County just east of Reform, moving towards Carrollton and the back edge of it just southeast of Macon right now. And that's really about it for this evening. Now, earlier today, this was spotted near Nettleton. A little bit of small hail out there also in Mathiston and near Eupora. We had a couple of budding storm cells that produced some heavy downpours, a little bit of lightning, and some small hail. But the showers are on the way out, and most of us will have a dry evening from this point forward. It's looking pretty good. Lows tonight down into the upper 40s to around 50 degrees. The wind will die down a little bit. Turning breezy tomorrow, winds from the northwest about 10 to 20, maybe gusts up to about 25. We start out at 52 at 7, 66 at noon, 71 by 4 o'clock. Some of you could fall short of 71 degrees. We're going to go with about 69 in Pontotoc and New Albany tomorrow. For you in Starkville and West Point and Columbus, low 70, 72 or so down in Macon, 71 in Sullivan and Vernon. That is our day tomorrow. So let's just look ahead and see what's happening. All of the unsettled weather is going to continue moving away as we get into our Thursday. High pressure moves on in, hence the sunshine, the quiet weather. And we're really going to stay in this quiet weather pattern for your Friday right here. No issues as we roll on into Saturday. No problems either. And we could advance this into Sunday and probably Monday too before we have our next chance for any significant shower or thunderstorm activity. That would be probably late Tuesday into Tuesday night. So here's our AccuWeather 7-day, sunny and breezy tomorrow, 71. Still chilly tomorrow night, 47. Upper 70s Friday, 80s for the weekend. Get those plans ready to go. Overnight lows moderating back into the 50s and 60s. Still 80s Monday and Tuesday. We mentioned that chance of rain late Tuesday into Tuesday night. A little bit cooler by Wednesday, falling back into the 70s. But all things considered here, a pretty nice stretch of weather for the next 7 days.
Could this year's SEC Media Days look differently? More on that next in sports.
Your WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
3 weeks ago, Ole Miss announced that all in-person athletics have been suspended until August 1st. However, there's still hope that student-athletes will be welcomed back to campus sooner. According to Ole Miss Athletic Director Keith Carter, the goal is to start bringing back student-athletes by July 1st. Right now, Ole Miss has no plans to move the season opener for football, which is scheduled to be played in Houston against Baylor on September 5th. And Carter says the best way to ensure that football season starts on time is aiming to get players back on campus this summer.
We got to get these students back, get them back in shape. That July 1st date is the one that is kind of standing out, that if we get too far past that, it's going to be hard maybe to start on time, So we're looking at some things there. But this thing is so ever-changing and evolving. It changes every single day. We're just trying to create, think about all scenarios and trying to get them back. But we're going to get them back eventually. We just got to make sure that we're doing it the right way. And I know our students are ready to get back and our coaches are ready to get their hands on them for sure.
The Southeastern Conference has not released any updated information on when schools can hope to begin practicing, specifically on whether or not student-athletes will be allowed back in July or if there will be any changes to the format of SEC Media Days. The Mountain West Conference, for an example, announcing that its 2020 Media Day scheduled for July 16th and 17th would be held virtually. However, again, nothing official has been announced by the conference on any format changes. SEC Media Days is set to take place in Atlanta on July 13th through July 16th. As people continue to practice social distancing amid the coronavirus outbreak, Itawamba Community College invented a new way to be active. ICC created the In This Together virtual 5K, and listen to how simple this is. Interested participants joined on social media with the hashtag InThisTogether5K or by joining the event's Facebook page, and participants completed a 5K by either walking or running, and whether that was on a treadmill or outdoors was their choice, and then they sent in their results. Finishers were then awarded a t-shirt and medal. The event started on March 28th and ran through April 24th.
Started with two instructors, Jesse Stevenson and Dr. Adana Nell. They reached out and brought an idea about doing a virtual 5K. I'd never heard of a virtual 5K, but an opportunity for our students, faculty, and staff to participate in something virtually since we weren't going to be on campus and be able to be together. We just put it out there, hoping that maybe we get 50, 75 participants to participate in the 5K.
And then we had over 235 participants.
I think we all expected about maybe 50 runners to come out and get involved, but I think it just shows how excited our campus is when there is something offered to the students. I think you could see instructors getting involved, you could see faculty and staff really encouraging people to get off the couch and find a way to channel all of the energy into something really positive.
And here's your good sports news of the day. NASCAR driver Ryan Newman has been cleared to race again. Back in February, he was involved in a fiery crash in the final lap of the Daytona 500. He was then hospitalized for 2 days with non-life-threatening injuries. Newman says he plans to return to racing once NASCAR again resumes. That's it for sports. We'll have more for you when we come back after the break. Stay with us.
As I mentioned earlier, the WCBI First Alert Weather Center is officially closed for the next couple of days here, and that's certainly good news considering all the active weather we've had. Now, it will be breezy tomorrow, 71 degrees, so we're still going to be working here, but I'm going to take a few steps back and just relax a little bit. Picture perfect Friday, your weekend looking great. The first weekend of May, can you believe it? May is here after tomorrow. We're looking at some 80s here, and our next chance for some showers and storms by late Tuesday, Joey. So there you have a nice stretch of weather ahead.
Yeah, it'll be nice to be able to dry out. A lot of my yard is still wet.
And the sun and the wind tomorrow should help do that.
Hey, there you go. All right, thanks for joining us, everybody. Have a great night.